I'm on a 5 minutes and we see restricted momentum. So let's just widen the scope a bit. So we know these are the projections to the downside. Looks like we have really finished the correction. So I was just saying we have an A and a B and a C, and we have the labels to the upside, the 1 and the 2, turn 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, 3. So I'm going to highlight what we are trading so we understand. We're trading moving into that B, that's all. Oh, we don't have a trigger on the 5 minutes, but maybe we have a trigger on the 3 minutes. I'm not sure, but we'll only go on a trigger on 3 and 5 so that we are quite sure. But we are not, again, here quite sure. But it would look like we're about to get a trigger. And remember, we were looking at the trigger out of a level 3 is 4,077. Actually, this is now today 4,080. Look like we are reversing at last. Reversing it to B, of course. Let's do the labels to the upside so that we are, to the downside, I'm sorry, so that we're quite sure. Once we take out high degree labels. Yeah, that's a moment. Just a few moments. So we don't highlight these because that's what we attempt to take out. The first market bottom was 4,001, and we had tested it again. It's not showing on the 5 minutes, but this time it showed on the 5 minutes 4,018. So I believe we are above 4,001. We believe we have finished the correction. There's going to be an A and a B and a 5-swing C, and we're going to have these ones very small. That A, of course, is an internal, so we have it a bit smaller. Then IDV A in red and IDV B in red. We don't need these anymore. And I don't think we're going to get this. We have, of course, a cyclic stream, which showed that the market was basing off, and we believe this neckline is going to be green now. So, of course, because we are picking the bottom, we will not see any positive momentum anywhere except on the 2 and 3 minutes. We just want to see if the 15 minutes is contained. Not really contained. Really not really contained. We want to wait for confirmation. I know we look like we're taking out the level 3, but that is not really. A 2 minute shot is not a confirmation. A 5 minute shot, or at least a 3 minute, is a confirmation. We don't have confirmation on 3 minutes, and of course, so far, let's check the 3 minutes again. We don't have confirmation on 2 minutes. It is incorrect, wrong, very wrong, to go into the market on a confirmation on a 2 minute. Very risky. Yes, I know I'm in level 3, but we can still have one move to the downside. Maybe we're seeing a 1 and a 2, a 3 and a 4 and a 5. So we do not engage until we have confirmation on the 3 minute shot. This is the 3 minute shot. We don't have a confirmation. We have negative momentum here. Yes, sir, we do. So we are still in leg 4. We can call it whatever, segregated into 4A, 4B, 4C, and the market may actually still do lower lows, and therefore we will not engage until we have confirmation on the 3 minute shot. We can do segregation of the 2 minutes and just observe, stand by. So according to this, we're seeing probably something like bear with us a moment. It looks like we're going to get the confirmation, but again, we want to see it on the 3 minutes. Seriously. So what if this is correct? The bounce should hold. You have an internal, level 1 and 2 that is supporting level 1 at the neckline. Level 3 will reject level 1. At that point, I will see positive momentum on the 3 minutes, maybe even on the 5. All right, at that point, I can buy, if all this happens, of course, if we have positive momentum on the 3 and 5, and can buy 4,090. I should buy level 3, so I turn it 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, reject here, so I should buy level 3. It's going to be 61.8, and it is going to be 4,090. Why not buy 4,077 now? It's risky. It may not work. Of course, we all want it to work, but this is sentiment. It is really risky. May not work. So better to go on confirmation, because even if we buy higher, even 4,100, I know we're only going to 4,200, but that is good, a lot of move. And even if we buy 4,100 at this point, the hedge is 4,060. You see that this is the point. This is the important. The risk becomes very much restricted. If we have a confirmation, the risk is very much restricted. It's below the shoulder level at that point. It's below, of course, an internal level 1. So even if you buy 4,105 or 4,100, the risk is just at this point 4,060, something like $40, $45, and the target, of course, in LXC is 38.2%, 50%. to the upside. So I believe it is between 4,200 and 4,230. And keep in mind that we are, of course, seeing inverted head and shoulders, double, multiple. This is inverted head, there's a shoulder. So if you go to 400, 100, or you can take first time profit, 4,165, we're going to have a higher degree. So 1 or 2, 3, we're going to have a long 4, and we can redo and do the entry several times before there's an extension, maybe into 5, into C. So again, we believe it's very important not to waste resources and therefore not to jump in the market unless let the market first play its hand and show that we have a confirmation. It is beginning to show on the 2 minutes, but it's not enough. We need to see it on the 3 minutes. All right, let's move on. Let's take this to the 1 hour to review targets on the resistance levels. On the pivot levels, I'm sorry. So we are bouncing 4,040, bouncing the pivot level 4,041, but in reality, we're really bouncing level 1. And we don't really need, maybe let's well leave them. We're going to the pivot level 4,200. That's it. I don't think, again, we're going to break a level 3. You don't want to make that mistake. By the time we go to 4,200, the moving average will have dropped to the downside and we reject the moving average. So I don't want to sound absurd. Anything can happen in the market, but it is almost impossible to go to 4,300. Highly unlikely to my point of view, but inside of a channel, maybe, inside of a wedge, maybe. But the ultimate target, the correct target is 4,200, 4,220. You can see a 4,223 because this is a level 3 and 4,215, 16. All these are very close to the pivot level on the hourly time frame.